Hey girls, I'm starting this 30-day series based on intuition. Every day at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to go live on YouTube for 33 minutes, and I think that I'm going to turn this into a call-in show. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully this will be a lot of fun. Please enjoy this first rough draft of what I recorded tonight. I kind of wanted to do the first one recorded so I could kind of feel out my setup and see what happened, and I'm kind of glad that I did. So have a wonderful night. I know things in the world are getting a little bit crazy right now, and eventually we will talk about all of that stuff, especially if I get a caller that wants to talk about it. So have a great night, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Welcome to the 411 Red Room with Valeska Bloom. I'm your host, Valeska Bloom. I am doing this because, for a couple reasons. So let me pull up some notes. I started right now at this moment because I told myself I would. I told myself I was going to start to do a daily podcast and have it be live. So obviously my setup is gonna need a little bit of work, or a hell of a lot of work. But welcome to the 411 Red Room. I did a little bit of research on the word Red Room, and apparently it's a lot more serious than I realized. I was thinking I wanted something a little bit... honestly, it was just like inspiration. Like I've been thinking that I want to do a daily show for a while, and come 4 days from now, today's the 11th, on the 20th, 9 days from now, it will be Strategic Stripping's 3-year anniversary. So clearly this is not this is not the best setup ever, but I'm new. I'm not new, but isn't the time for experimenting. I mean, it is, because this is, Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to come back. Okay, I'm back. Nothing wrong with a little bit of trial and error. And I guess that's maybe in part why I decided to do my first episode not live. Another reason is because it was the first one, and another reason is, I've got a lot of reasons why, okay? But I have a feeling that it is time for me to start a daily podcast, and I have to admit, I feel like I'm actually ready for it. So, well, maybe not completely, but I'm getting there. So today is April 11th. In 9 days, on 4/20 actually, it will be Strategic Stripping's 3-year anniversary, and I will admit I did not want to do that either. So I have been putting off doing a daily podcast for a really long time, and I have been thinking a lot more about it lately, and I believe that it's something that I'm supposed to do, and that it's time for me to do it. So I am going to do it, and we're gonna start today. So my goal is 30 days, and in actuality, it's to do it for the rest of my life. So, I love to share the things that I learn, and apparently the information that I hold up here really helps a lot of people out, and at least the people that find my content, it seems to help out a lot, and I enjoy that. I like helping people, and I want to live in a different world. I'm going to give you a story. I was in Mexico at a resort. Oh my God, my thing isn't plugged in. Well, I still like the way the headphones look. Should I plug this in? I guess. Hold on. Yeah, because you probably can hear the lights with that not on. You maybe can now anyway, I don't know. So I was in Mexico, and it was the middle of the night, and I went to the pool hall, And I'll explain the red lights later, by the way. I'm actually about to take my shirt off, so this is not going to be a PG thing. I have a bra on. I'll take the bra on. But so I was in Mexico, and it was the middle of the night, like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I wanted to go play pool. I didn't want to sleep, and it was the only place in that whole resort that was open still. So I go out there, and there was a year that I smoked cigarettes, actually. And, you know, I always feel like there's a reason for everything, and I'm just now realizing, I wonder if that's the reason why I smoked cigarettes for that year, is so I could have a conversation with this person. So I was at this pool hall, and I decided to go outside, and there was a guy out there, big dude, and he was smoking too, and we started talking, and I don't know if he or I asked, do you want to go sit down over there? And there are these like beautiful little things on the water, like these like little kind of island looking things. I don't know how to explain it, but there were these chairs, like comfy chairs you could sit down in and stuff. And I said, sure. So he probably still didn't ask me. So I said, sure. So we went over to these cute little cabana things, and we were talking, and it didn't take him long before he finally said, he goes, you don't feel like you belong here, do you? And the way he said it made me be like, he doesn't mean here at this resort. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, you don't feel like you belong on Earth, do you? And I said, no. I do not feel like I belong here. I've said for years, if a UFO showed up and was like, hey, it's now or never, I'd be like, I'm out. Like, I'm out. I don't know what's out there, but I'm going to go find out. So he turned out he was I don't know if he was a banker or something, but he was somebody big in New York, and or at least wealthy with powerful friends. And he told me, he said, you know, the smartest people that I know feel the exact same way. The most successful people and the smartest people that I know feel the exact same way. He said, and when they realized that they couldn't leave, that's when they decided to start building something. And I was like, oh, like build something to change the world. If you're stuck here, and we're stuck here, then do something about it. So I, you know, that's in part of the reason why I started this channel in the first place, because I wanted change. I wasn't happy with the way that things were, and to just complain about stuff aimlessly without doing anything about it, like, it's not gonna get you very far, you know, and it's not gonna make you happier. So that's part of the reason why I started that. And part of the reason why I'm starting this is because, well, a couple reasons. One is because I was listening to an interview with a girl named Sara Blakely the other day. She's the first female billionaire entrepreneur that had no outside funding, no outside capital, isn't married to a rich guy, I don't think she was even seeing anybody, and doesn't come from a rich family or anything like that. And she's actually from where I'm from in Florida, which is kind of weird. And we also share something else in common that's pretty significant, but I'm not gonna say what it is. And very inspiring story to me. And it was an interview with Tony Robbins, and she told Tony, okay, I'm doing it, I'm sorry guys. Not that anyone cares. All the people that are watching this are either dancers, or if you're a guy, I'm sure you don't care either. Oh, it's not, you can't even tell anyway. I don't even know why I had to apologize for that. So, she was in an interview with Tony Robbins, and she told him that she regularly tries to embarrass herself. Like, she intentionally tries to embarrass herself. And oh my gosh, I just realized, I don't know if you can hear through this thing. I'm gonna have to find out. Okay, clearly we're off to a great start with this. I'm really glad that this wasn't live. So, but tomorrow it's gonna be, so the rest of that story is she regularly tries to embarrass herself, and the reason why is because that way she's never afraid to try anything. She just keeps going. She just keeps pushing down walls because she's not afraid. And even if she is, she does it anyway. And you know, that's how dancing was for me. Oh, you know, I didn't want to do that. Oh my God. I did not want to do that. But I also didn't want to be normal. I didn't want to have a normal life either. That scared me even more. So I did. And now I took a quiz. I don't remember what quiz it was, but well, I don't know if I feel like I should say this or not, but one of the things that they said was I've heard before that I should do, you know, this kind of thing live. And I actually did a live stream when I was on my way back from Florida at one point, and I thought it was fine. Like, I actually wasn't intimidated at all. Like, I was kind of like, everything was cool. I feel like there's something, like, I want to start like a regular show though. Like, I want to start a consistent, like, I get online at 11 o'clock p.m. no matter what, and have a show, even a call-in show or an ask questions kind of show, which I think sounds like fun and weird, and I don't know how else to explain it. Why not though, right? So okay, what else did I want to say? That interview with Sara Blakely, by the way, was spectacular. You can find it on YouTube, and you can find it on podcasts, which is where I originally heard it, on Tony Robbins' podcast, or just type in Sara Blakely, Tony Robbins, and a picture of Tony's face will pop up on the screen, and it's just a podcast image. It's not, you don't see, like, unfortunately, I really wanted to watch them. Oh my gosh, I love her. Oh my God, I love her so much. She's the reason why she's doing the things that she's doing. Like, she's doing it like for the benefit of women. Like, her ultimate desire is to raise the divine feminine on this planet. Like, I fucking love this girl. I really do. So, okay, so let's see. So she says, you know, to do stuff that you're uncomfortable with doing. And I gotta admit, before I started doing this, and now I'm not live, right? This is just recorded, 3 different videos already, which I need to piece together somehow, even though I don't have internet right now. So it means I need to go sit at a coffee shop, and we're not really allowed to do that because I don't think we're supposed to leave our houses because of, you know, the shit that's going on right now. Depending on when you're watching, pretty much the whole world is on lockdown, and I have my opinions on that and everything. But okay, so the red lights, by the way. So I was thinking about starting, you know, a daily podcast, and it was yesterday that I was thinking about this, and yesterday was April 10th, and I thought, okay, I could try to start it tomorrow, and I thought 411 information, 411 information. I was like, okay, that's cool. And then I went to go grab this red light thing, that I have, this like big, like 3 red light thing. Red light therapy is like spectacular for your body. It penetrates deep inside your skin and gets rid of wrinkles. It helps with your joints and with your muscles, and like, oh my God, a ton of stuff. Red light therapy is like, it's a topic that I'll end up getting into, which actually brings me to my next point. So I ended up being like 411 Red Room with Valeska Bloom. I was like, oh, it kind of rhymes. It's also kind of long, but so because the whole world is on lockdown right now, that kind of means that none of us are really going to strip clubs, because we can't, unless people are running underground clubs, which it would be cool. But I don't know that I would. Well, yeah, maybe. I might want to start one if I had a building. That would be a great idea. But because we don't actually have the ability to work right now, I figured this is the perfect time for me to switch from stripping strategies to health and well-being, because your health is connected to your wealth. And this is one of the most important things I believe ever is, if you're healthy or not, like you're going to make more money or less money depending on how you feel. And how you feel is going to depend on a lot of things. Like if you just went to go eat at McDonald's, chances are you're not going to be thinking as clear. You're not going to feel as good about yourself. All that like garbage in, garbage out, and selling's a big deal. It's, it's not a walk in the park sometimes. So feeling good is really where it's at. And of course, everyone could use some more of that, right? Including myself. And that's another reason why I want to start this about health, is because I'm studying so much right now to help with my mom. And I study, like, I don't want to say too much, but I really need to write this stuff down and record it. And I thought, I'm pretty sure I'm going to start another channel, but right now gives me the opportunity to do it on this channel where I already have a platform to a degree. And, I have a platform already. And I think that health is like the most important thing ever. Cause if you have a bunch of money, but you're sick, fuck, right? So, this seems like the perfect thing for this, and I want to do it at 11 p.m., kind of for symbolic reasons also, and I'm a night owl, but, for 11, at 11, I was going to do it for 11 at 11:11, but I don't know. But the point with the numbers is, I'm huge into like symbolic stuff like that, and I've heard different responses for what 11:11 means, but one of them that's my favorite is it's a wake-up call. It's time to go through the door and create a new reality for yourself. And right now, a lot of us are going through the door whether we want to or not, because who knows how many different businesses are going to be shut down by the time this virus thing rolls over. And to be honest, I guess I don't really want to get into it, but I think there's a lot more going on than this being a virus. I think there's a lot more to it than that. Like a lot. And I think the world's about to change significantly. Which, if I thought it was going to be changing for the better, would be great. But I don't. And that's also another reason why I want to do this as a daily podcast, is because, fuck it. I think that's how I start most of the things in my life. Yeah, get to the point that I'm just like, you know what? Okay, fuck it. I'm doing it. I was going to do it, so 11 o'clock Eastern time. I wanted to do it Western time, so it would technically be later, but I'm an Eastern medicine kind of chick, so I figured I would do it Eastern time. And what else do I want to talk about here? I've got some notes that I So this red room series, this red light series, red light. No, that light doesn't rhyme with bloom. So, but I did look up some of the meanings of red room, and it was kind of fucking scary. But that's another thing to actually talk about too. Digressing, this will get better, I promise. But I want to talk about health, life, and making money outside of the club, and how we can keep making money right now, because it's really, really important. And also that's kind of, I've started to think for myself how I can make money from this, is I believe I'm going to start to, and this is just because it's hot and I need I need to take off my shirt, and I was gonna do it anyway, but I'm gonna put up a way for gentlemen to pay me if they would care to contribute to my life and to my advice for them, and turning this into a turn this into a call-in show. It will be free for ladies, and I think I'm gonna have, if guys want to call in too, I know I have a few gentlemen that really like this show, and I think I'm gonna set up a way for them to call and, you know, pay to be on the phone with me and to get information and advice and whatever. We'll see how that goes. Who knows? This is all an experiment, kind of like, you know, so many other things that I do in my life. You know, trial and error. That's literally how I became one of the highest paid dancers in my club. The highest paid dancer in my very long-term club is because of trial and error. I just fucking won it. I just kept trying. I kept trying new things, kept trying. And it was embarrassing, and I did stupid things, and my chair makes a shitload of noise. And I just did it anyway, and eventually I was like, holy shit, I'm really good at my job. And it wasn't because I started off good at my job. It's because I tried. I just kept trying. I kept trying different things. So this is winging it. So, you know, for gentlemen, you go ahead and donate $100, make a stripper smile. You know, who knows how many roads that will lead down, sparking ideas of, you know, making money online and whatever. It doesn't have to be 100. It could be 500. It could be 1,000. It could be more, you know, it would make me super happy. Or it'd be better. You know, whatever feels good. Amazon gift cards. I love Amazon. I'm a junkie. Not really, but I do love Amazon. But so that's it. So it's going to be a show starting at 11 o'clock at night, and I believe that I want to make it run for 33 minutes. And I think I'm getting into like precision because I really feel like I need it in my life. I think I need a schedule, like I need some regularity. I need to do something consistently, and doing this on here will, you know, at 11 o'clock live, I think this is going to change some things in my brain, because you don't know what you're getting yourself into until you start something. You know, you can have all your ideas and opinions about something, about how something might go and how it might make you feel and whatever, but until you start, you truly have no idea. You've got to start. So I think that I want it to go until 11:33, which I know is random, but I do think that I want it to go to 11:33. So because that means I have 3 minutes and 13 seconds left, I'm going to talk about some of the things that some of the topics that I'm going to be getting into very specifically. Sanity is going to be one of them for me. I have been able to keep myself sane through the use of headphones, especially headphones that block out all noise. Oh my God, I'm super sensitive to a lot of things, and I can't help it. It's just in my nature. There's a guy named Alex Sharfin that's this crazy successful entrepreneur, and he gave a talk about entrepreneurs being different. We are bred differently. We are different people, and a lot of us have fundamentally wired differently than most people, and a lot of us have some very weird quirks and being very sensitive. And I don't mean like necessarily like emotional sensitive. I mean like sensitive to all kinds of different things, like sound, like light, like people, like smells, like all kinds of different stuff. People's stupid thoughts, you know, all kinds of stuff. And it can be very emotionally draining. It can be very draining, period. It can be very wearing and hard to deal with. And one of the ways that I really am able to stay happy and, you know, as much as I can and stay sane is through wearing headphones and blocking out the whole world. It really helps me a lot. That, along with self-development, I am a self-development junkie. I thrive on it. I mean, and when I don't listen to it for a while, I get very depressed. Like very, very, very depressed. And actually, self-development is part of the reason why I'm starting this, is because I was listening to, I feel like I'm gonna cry. I was listening to Napoleon Hill who I absolutely adore, talking about the science of achievement. And he was like, when you get an idea, an inspired action, he was like, go for it. He said people overthink things and they scare themselves away from it. They don't think that they can, and they stop themselves. And that's another reason why I'm doing this, is because if you have something in your heart and soul that you want to do, I hope that you realize, like, you know, right now I have about 2,500 girls that follow this channel. I had no idea where this was gonna go, and I was very intimidated to start it, and I started it anyway. And I've been very thankful that I've done it because of all of the absolutely lovely feedback I've gotten, and I'm absolutely hoping that I will feel the same way with this daily podcast. So I know this is kind of rambly, but it was new, and I'm not going to edit it. I'm just going to put it out because that's what it's going to be when it's live anyway. So I've reached my 33 minutes. I love you, girls. And gentlemen, if you're watching, like I said, feel free to support. I will very highly appreciate it. Seriously, I will put links in there, and I'm in this for the long haul. I really like the idea of helping and teaching, and you know, whether it's to entertainers specifically or not, I want to teach, and I want to do it for the rest of my life. So I think I am going to try to put an episode out every day for the rest of my life. That might sound ridiculous, but that's what I'm going to aim for. 33 minutes. Have a great night. Ciao.